Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas uh, that have been going through my mind. Um, in today's video, I want to talk about something that has been honestly affecting my life a lot, and that is intense feelings of not being good enough. And I've been thinking about this a lot over the past few days, and I think one of the reasons that caused me to feel this way is that basically I'm afraid of not being loved and accepted for who I am, uh, and these are feelings I think that go back all the way to my childhood and when I was a kid, moving schools and stuff, and not feeling like I truly belonged, and that you know uh, that I was not able to form any meaningful friendships, like when I was a kid, and like I just felt like I was never good enough, and basically, like I guess I found a coping mechanism for that, which was just trying to prove my worth by through my work, and basically pushing all of my work to be related to how well I do in school and how how well I perform overall, and like how big the goals are that I achieve. And I think I think this is something that's really hard to admit to myself, and even more so to this camera, and putting it on the internet. But it's okay. I think I'm at this stage of my life where I really want to be as honest uh, with myself as possible, and basically be able to process my feelings and emotions, and basically overcome some of the things that uh, like the bad things that are entrenched in my life that have caused me uh, harm, and basically self-doubt and feelings of not being good enough and not judging myself to be good enough. And I guess this is like somewhat of a recurring theme because I keep on seeking other people's approval, especially people that I respect and that I look up to. And uh, it's really hard because I just I just feel like, well, I just feel like whatever I do, I'm not good enough. Whatever heights I achieve, uh, or whatever uh, outside measures of success I achieve, I still don't feel like I'm worthy of being loved. So I think like this really ties to feelings of reciprocity of love, because I've had many experiences where you know, I would want someone's approval, or I would like someone and then not be liked back. And basically, uh, I just learned that I was not good enough, and that I could not get the things that I wanted, or like I could not be loved by the people that I wanted to love me. Um, and I think this is the first time that I speak about this out loud, and it's not it's not an easy thing to do. It's quite a hard thing to admit, but as long as I don't admit it and uh, don't basically like keep it under the rug, I'm never gonna be able to overcome it. So I think this is a big step, just acknowledging that this is there, especially like I don't know. Yeah, I just felt like when I like people, um, it just like I think when I was in school or like in high school, not in high school, but when I was a kid in primary school, and then went on to middle school and then high school and all of that stuff. Like those are like those were some of the hardest periods of my life because I never felt like I belonged, and uh, basically I did not know who I was, and uh, like had this rule that I was gonna be a good person no matter what, and so I had some like a sort of formulaic behavior of what like of following the rules, and I guess uh, like that meant that I was taken advantage of a lot during that time, and those are periods that are really hard for me to process. I'm so glad they're over right now, but uh, if I don't process them and don't acknowledge the hurt that those have caused me, I don't think I'll be able to move on and focus on the most important things in life and basically dare to want the things that I want. And basically, I think because this period lasted so long, uh, because this period lasted so long, I learned to um, not want what I want. So like try to censor myself from wanting the things I want. So and wanting to receive the love that I wanted to receive. And yeah, I'm just I've been thinking about this a lot. Like just today has been an interesting day because I was listening to Brene Brown's book about like I think it was one of the like it's called The Gifts of Imperfection, and it was really interesting because he talked about these topics of vulnerability and shame and all of that stuff, the things that we all want to shove under the rug and pretend that don't exist. But I actually, there are the things that would impact our lives in the most negative ways because we will always feel like we're working so hard, but we always keep on holding ourselves back because we are not acknowledging the elephant in the room. And so I'm really trying to reflect on my life and like acknowledge that these things exist, but I'm no like basically I created these coping mechanisms to basically protect myself when I was in that period, and I think I just kept these coping mechanisms active. Like even now, I feel like I don't allow myself uh, to like to say that I like other people, or like just to show my vulnerable feelings to other people, because I still have that insecurity of not being liked back, and not uh, basically feeling like I'm enough for this person, uh, especially like when it comes to dating and stuff. Like guys, I tend to like guys that are, I don't know, uh, that don't seem to like me, uh, and at some point I just learned that because I'm not the stereotype of like the perfect girl with the perfect hair, with the perfect body, perfectly feminine, everything. And I guess the guys that I like seem to only like those kinds of girls. And yeah, in the end, like I still find myself like a teenager, liking some people, and then just basically censoring myself from liking them and not allowing myself to like them, because I'm trying to protect myself from getting hurt. But right now, I'm at the stage where I'm no longer that kid. I've grown up. So much has changed in my life. So many things. Like I'm not surrounded by mean kids anymore. I'm an adult. I am uh, worthy of being loved. Uh, just think this is like a really difficult topic for me. But it's good to talk about it. I, I don't think I've ever been able to talk about this to anyone. And it's okay. I'm just talking about this to my camera for some self-therapy. Uh, and probably no one is watching this, so doesn't even matter. I'm just talking to myself and like using these insights to grow as a person. Uh, but yeah, like this is a really hard topic for me, and I think I've been struggling with so much self-doubt and stuff like that, and not allowing myself to want the things that I want because of these things that I learned when I was a kid. Uh, and these are things like mechanisms that no longer serve me. So like they're uh, like response mechanisms that or basically protection mechanisms that I use to protect myself when uh, I was a kid, that I'm still using to this day unconsciously, but that don't serve me and don't allow me to connect with uh, the people that I like on a deeper level, because I'm always doubting myself. And so, unless I conquer this part of myself and basically allow myself to move past this, uh, I think it would be very hard for me to find like to be in a relationship, because there are multiple case scenarios. Let's say that someone that I like actually likes me back, and like uh, um, you know, like the thing is, I tend, like when I like someone, I do the opposite of showing that I like them. So I pretend that I don't actually care, and that makes things worse, because basically they think that I don't like them, because I'm trying to protect myself so bad about that, and basically it kills any chance of there being anything. So the mechanism in itself is like self-destructive, because it goes beyond like what I truly want. So I guess it's having the courage to be bold enough to say, uh, to accept who I like, and like uh, put myself out there, in the sense that it's okay to be rejected by these people if they don't feel the same way, because most of the time, like, people don't, like, it's not a magical thing, like, you don't, like, there's no snap moment like in the movies where, you know, you're you meet, like, you walk across the street and then you meet someone and then you're like married for like, you fall in love, you get married, you live happily ever after. I don't think that's how it happens in life, at least from my readings and research about, not research, I've not been like geeking out on this like research. It's mostly like from the stories that I heard about this. It's not how it happens. But yeah, like, it's hard to admit those things, and I know that one of the things that I really want in this life is I want to have a family. I want to have kids of my own. I want to have a life partner, uh, and and unless I accept these traumas of my childhood slash of early, like when I was a teenager, I don't think I don't think I'll be able to get there, because there will always be a barrier between what I want and what I show that I want. And unless I'm able to accept the possibility of people rejecting me, uh, then I won't actually like. It's a vulnerable state, but it's also like a powerful one. Like when you show your vulnerability and then it's matched, it's like it's a wonderful feeling, but it also opens you up to get hurt. And I guess that's what I was trying to protect myself from, because I was surrounded with immature kids. And now I'm not anymore, thank God. Uh, and it's time that I basically adapt my behavioral patterns and like keep these old mechanisms that are no longer serving me, protection mechanisms that are no longer serving me, from reoccurring. So yeah, this is a pretty tough topic for me to talk about, but I think just talking about it and like acknowledging it out loud will help move me in the right direction. And yeah, just saying that it's okay to have these fears, and it's okay to, like, if we can't control life, and I cannot keep on moving on with my life by protecting myself, by not being vulnerable, because when you build up these walls, not only do you protect yourself from the bad stuff, but also you protect yourself from the good stuff, and so you can't have the good stuff without being vulnerable to the bad stuff. So I guess the takeaway, or at least that's something that I'm trying to incorporate in my life, is that to accept that, uh, you know, sometimes uh, bad stuff will happen, but ultimately the good stuff will be worth it. Like leaving room for vulnerability will be worth it in terms of the good stuff that would come out of it. For sure, there will be bad stuff, but just believe that I am strong enough to overcome it and basically deal with it as a person. And yeah, I just have been thinking about this topic and how it has been affecting my work stress and uh, like basically so many areas of my life, because I'm not allowing myself to want the things that I want. And then when I don't do that, I'm not able to uh, basically work towards that, because I'm just pretending that they don't exist. So it's like an ostrich putting your head in the sand, and that's not gonna get me anywhere. And it's not gonna get me closer to getting the things that I want, and I'll just end up regretting uh, not having overcome this, and yeah, and not being very happy with it. So I guess yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thanks a lot for uh, staying up until here, if you are still here. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of day, night, whichever time of day it is where you are right now. And you can click here to watch my previous video on this channel. So my previous video before this one. And you can click here to watch my latest video on this channel. So thanks a lot for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.